Now let's proceed with the other basic terms in accounting. Now we will go through with expenditure. It is the amount spent or liabilities incurred for acquiring assets, goods and services. Okay, so this is the amount which we spend when we want to acquire any asset, okay, goods or services. Fine. So how many types of expenditure we have? First and foremost, we have capital expenditure. Now, what is capital expenditure? It is the expenditure incurred to acquire assets or improve the quality of existing assets, which will increase the earning capacity of the business. Now, whatever assets you will acquire. Okay, now while acquiring means while purchasing, whatever expenditure you incurred, that is known as capital expenditure. Fine. Now revenue expenditure, that means it is the amount spent to purchase goods and services that are consumed during the accounting period. Again I'll say this expenses is what? Accounting period, that means for during 1 year. Okay, so revenue expenditure is what? Revenue expenditure is that expenditure which is being incurred while purchase of goods and services. Okay, now revenue expenditure does not increase the earning capacity, rather maintains the existing earning capacity. Now when you do capital expenditure, it may increase your earning capacity, like you purchased machinery, right? Now when you purchase machinery, you purchase with what motive? No doubt to improve your production capacity. Once your production increases, your earning capacity increases. But revenue expenditure is not such kind. It is just to maintain what you are currently doing. Okay, that is sales, whatever you are doing. So that is revenue expenditure. Okay, so you maintain that during accounting period, you maintain that sales. So goods and services you are been transporting, or whatever expenditure you are doing during carrying out this transactions, so that is revenue expenditure. Okay, now deferred revenue expenditure, it is revenue expenditure in nature but provides benefits for more than one accounting period. For example, heavy advertising expenditure to promote a new product will give benefits for more than one accounting period, and hence it is deferred revenue expenditure. Now deferred revenue expenditure means that expenditure which is being carried on for long period of time. Like you have seen one expenses which is being incurred on advertisement. Now that advertisement is flashed on TV or anywhere else again and again. So what it do? Once you have done your heavy expenditure, but the benefit you gain is in a years to come, right? So that kind of expenditure is deferred revenue expenditure. Okay, now next is profit. Now what is profit? Excess of revenue of a business over its cost is termed as profit. Now revenue, when I am talking about, it is a breakup of what? It is a breakup of cost of the goods plus profit. Okay, is it clear? When I say revenue means it is a sum total of cost of the goods plus profit. Okay, so anything which exceeds, okay, the cost in revenue, that is profit. Okay, now profit are how many types? 2 types. Now gross profit, it means excess of operating revenue over direct operating expenses. When we will go for accountancy, you will understand that we make 2 types of account. One is direct expenditure. Direct expenditure means the expenditure which we incur directly in production. Now second is indirect expenses. That means we are incurring expenses, but directly that expenses are not supporting for production. Okay, like if any accountant is doing accountancy, no doubt it is supporting at one point of time to the business only, but indirectly. Directly it is not helping any production process. Fine. So that is, if any such kind of expenditure is being made, then that is second, profit and loss account, second type of account. So any direct expenditure, that means machinery or electricity power for factory, okay, wages is being given to workers. So do remember, we consider wages as a direct expenses and salary as a indirect expenses. Why? Salary is given to staff, not a worker. Okay, worker go for production, staff never go for production. Okay, so this is what the difference is. This is what you have to understand. So when you calculate such kind, that is known as gross profit. Now net profit, it means the excess of revenue over expenses and losses. It increases owner's equity. Now net profit, again, that is indirect expenses which I was talking about, that is salary to staff or any such kind which is indirectly helping in your production process. Okay, so when you calculate all this, you get net profit. Fine. When you calculate through your direct expenses and all, you get gross profit. When you calculate through your indirect expenses, that means you make all adjustments of indirect expenses, then it is net profit which you achieve. Okay, next is gain. Now you will say gain and profit is one and the same thing. Profit is what we have profit in the business. Gain is also the same thing. No, gain is not that. It is a profit of irregular or non-recurring nature. Okay, that means it is not usual one. All of a sudden you get such kind of profit. Okay, so that is why it is non-recurring in nature. It is a profit that arises from events or transactions which are incidental on business, such as sale of fixed assets, winning at court case, appreciation in the value of an asset. All of a sudden, if anything happens, okay, so that in that period if you gain extra amount, so that is gain. Okay, next is loss. The excess of expenses of a period over its related revenue is termed as loss. Now see, profit is what? When you have more than the cost of the assets, right? So that is profit. When you will have less than the cost, then that is what? Loss. Okay, so it decreases owner's equity. Now profit increases owner's equity. Why? Because it is added, right? More. But loss is what? Loss means decrease. So it reduces owner's equity. It also refers to money or money is worth lost. Okay, without receiving any benefits in returns. So I hope I am clear with this. Now let's understand about discount. What is discount? Now you must have easily heard this word 20% discount, 50% discount, 70% discount, right? Now what that means actually, that we will understand in accounting. Okay. Now it is a type of reduction in the price of the goods sold. So whatever goods we are selling, that is the reduction in the price is discount. Okay, that is very clear. Now discount are generally of two types. One is trade discount. It is offered at an agreed percentage of list price at the time of selling goods. The objective of allowing trade discount is to persuade the buyers to buy more goods. Now you have seen that you get one-on-one free, right? Now what they do, they used to see that they charge you in that only the amount of both, right? So what they do, ultimately they give you 100, 200, 300 rupees less, right? Discount, and they sell you two product, right or wrong? So that is what they are persuading you to buy more. Fine. So this is what it is, a kind of trade discount. So behind trade discount, what is the motive? It is just a way to persuade the buyer to purchase more. Okay, so that is what they do. What they do, they offer that if you will buy 1 kg, 2 kg in bulk, okay, so we will give you discount of this. We will give you discount this much. Okay, this kind of discount is known as trade discount. Am I clear? See, again I will repeat. At the time of going for a business, so businessman offers what offers, like if you'll buy 5 kg, if you'll buy 10 kg, so we have this much reduction in the price, okay, as per law. This kind of discount is a trade discount, okay. Now cash discount. The objective of allowing cash discount is to encourage the debtors to pay the dues promptly, okay. Now when somebody has purchased on credit, okay, so we want to persuade that consumer that you pay the cash as fast as you can. So what we can do, if you'll pay within a week, we will give you 10% discount, fine. If you will pay within 24 hours, you will get this much discount. So this is a technique of persuading them to pay as early as possible, okay. Such kind of discount is known as cash discount, okay. Next is voucher. It is a documentary evidence in support of a transaction, for example cash memo, invoice or bill receipts. Now when you go to the shop, I hope if you go to any big shop, you must be getting a bill, right? Now what is that? That is a proof, legal document with you, okay. So that is voucher, okay. Next is goods. Goods are the articles or things in which a business deals. It is term that applies to all the items held for sales. They are thus stock in trade of an enterprise, which are purchased or manufactured with the purpose of selling. So anything which is been for the purpose of selling, that is goods, okay. Next is drawings. Now what is drawings? It is the amount withdrawn by the owner in cash or assets from the business for personal use. Drawing reduces the capital of the owner of the business. Now whenever you hear a word drawings, that means whenever owner, do remember, owner of the business, he withdraw the amount from the business for his personal purpose or personal use, that is drawings, okay. Purchases. The term purchases is used for purchases of goods and not fixed assets. Do remember, whenever purchases words will come, okay, that means that is a purchase of goods, or you can say raw material, okay. No fixed assets. If fixed assets are purchased, that is different, that will not come in purchases of the business, okay. Purchases of the business, that means the raw material which is being purchased, okay. So goods are articles purchased for sale, resale, or for producing the finished product. That means any raw material which you purchase and convert it in a finished product, okay, which are also to be sold. The term purchases includes both cash and credit purchases of goods, okay. When we say purchases, it can be cash purchases also, it can be credit purchases also. Goods purchased for cash are termed as cash purchase, and good purchase on credit are termed as credit purchase. Now I have already explained you the meaning of cash and credit, so that is equivalent to every word it is been prefixed. Like here it is been fixed with purchases, so it will go with the purchases, okay. Next is stock. It is the thing or article which are held by an enterprise for the purpose of sale in the ordinary course of business, or for the purpose of using it in the production of goods meant for sale, okay. So stock means the goods which are lying in factory, okay, which is being there for sales, which will go in the market. That is what stock. Now how many types of stocks are there? Stock of raw material, now work in progress, then stock of finished goods. Now stock of raw material, that means it includes the raw material stock, means the material which is being used for the purpose of production, okay, that is stock of raw material. Now work in progress. Now what is work in progress? That means on those goods working is going on, that is half finished goods, okay. Now stock of finished goods. Now what do you mean by stock of finished goods? It includes finished goods in saleable condition. Saleable condition that means now raw material is being converted into finished goods. Now it is a finished product. It is ready for sales. Okay, so that is manufacturing business will have all three types of stock. Okay, now this is not for all type of business. This is only for those business who is involved in manufacturing business. Okay, now why manufacturing business? Because manufacturing business only will have raw material first, then that raw material will go under the work in progress situation, and finally then they will have a finished goods. Now finished goods are divided in two parts. First is opening stock, second is closing stock. Now what do you mean by opening stock? Any stock in a company lying on the beginning of the year, that means the first date of the financial year. Suppose my financial year starts from 1st April and ends with 31st March. So whatever stock is there on 1st April, that is my opening stock. Okay, now closing stock, that means whatever stock I will have in my company on 31st March of that financial year, end of the financial year, then that is a closing stock. Okay, so opening stock, it is the stock in hand in the beginning of the accounting year. Okay, closing stock, it is the stock in hand at the end of the accounting year. Clear? Now trade receivable. Trade receivable means those amount which we are going to receive in business. Okay, that means outsiders, from outsiders the amount which we will receive, that is trade receivable. Okay, the term trade receivable includes the outstanding amount due from outsiders, or you can say others. Okay, sometimes a debtors may accept a bills of exchange which is payable after a given period. Such a bill is known as bills receivable. Now see, this trade receivable is divided in two parts. One is debtors, another is bills receivable. Now debtors means, who are the debtors? Now those debtors, they have purchased goods on credit. Okay, now they purchase good on credit and they promise to pay in future. Okay, so they are what? Debtors. Now bills receivable. Now bills receivable is a legal document. It is as good as debtors only, but the only thing is we have made a written agreement that on after 3 months or after 4 months or on that particular date, the fellow will pay me the so and so amount. Okay, so when I will make such legal document and ask him to sign it, that is bills receivable, that is bill. Okay, we have made a bill. Okay, he signed it and we received it. That is why we call it bills receivable. Now let's understand the meaning. Debtors are persons and or other entities who owe to the enterprises an amount for buying goods and services on credit. Okay, so they owe to the business. Why? Because they have purchased goods or services on credit. The total amount standing against such person and or entities on the closing date is shown in the balance sheet. Now balance sheet you must have heard many a time, but balance sheet you are not aware. Now balance sheet is what? It is a statement which shows all the assets and liabilities of the company. Okay, so now in that, if at all there is any debtor, means any person who has still not paid, who will pay in future, that person ka amount is mentioned. Now we will not mention the name of the person. What we will mention? Debtors simply. Okay, now bills receivable, it means a bill of exchange accepted by a debtor, the amount of which will be received on the specified date. That is what I told you. Bills receivable, that means an agreement which mentions date on which the amount is payable. Okay, next is trade payable. Now what is trade payable? The term trade payable includes the amount due to others. Accounts payable includes trade creditors as well as bills payable and promissory notes. See, trade payable is just opposite of trade receivable. Now there we have debtors, here we have creditors. That means from these people we have purchased on credit. Okay, now if we have purchased on credit, that means we will pay in future. Okay, so that is why they are creditors. Now bills payable. Bills payable, that is opposite of bills receivable. Now it means bills of exchange, the amount of which will be payable on the specified date. Okay, do remember, every bills receivable will have bills payable. Why? Because the amount which will be paid, that is known as bills payable. Okay, so one will sign and receive it, who will be the receiver of the amount. Another will sign and keep it with them. Why? Because he will have a proof that he has to pay on so and so date. That is bills payable. Again, it is a legal document. Okay, next is purchase returns. Now what do you mean by purchases return? Now purchases return, when I purchased something, okay, possibly I may find it defective, I am not satisfied. Now what I will do? I will return it. Okay, so if I have purchased a goods and I am not satisfied, I have returned it to the particular fellow, that goods are known as purchases returned in business. Okay, so goods purchased may be returned when they are not as per the specification, are defective due to any other reason. Goods returned are known as purchases returned or returns outwards. Do remember. Why? Because purchase return, that means it is going out. So you can also, they can also mention return outwards. Do remember. Okay. Now sales return, same, opposite of purchase return. Likewise, if somebody purchased my goods, that means I have sold to that person. Now possibly he is not satisfied, then what he will do? He will return that goods to me. Okay, now I will receive it. When I will receive such kind of goods, that goods are known as sales return. Okay, so goods sold when returned by the purchaser are termed as sales return or return inwards. Okay, now what is income? It is increase in income benefits during an accounting period in the form of inflow of assets or decrease of liabilities. Okay, now how come we can say there is increase in economic benefit? Okay, that is income. How come we can say? Whenever there is any inflow of asset, that means asset is coming, okay, in the business, or any decrease in liability. Do remember, if even there is a decrease in liability, that is also a type of income of the business. So that results in increase in internal equity. Okay, so other than those relating to contribution from equity participants. What do you mean by equity participants? That means the amount which is being participated by the owner. Okay, so other than that, if we receive anything, that is income. Fine. Now account, it is a summarized record of transaction relating to a particular head at a one place. In an account, not only the amount of transactions are recorded, but their effects and directions are also recorded. Now account means what? We record it, okay, record particular transaction in short, okay, but we don't only record the transaction in short, but we also specify whether we are receiving it or we are giving it. Okay, so direction is also been specified, so that is account. Okay, now receipts, the amount received on receivable by selling assets, goods or services is known as receipts. Okay, so any amount if you receive by selling assets or goods or services, that is your receipt in the business. Now there are two types of receipt. One is capital receipt, another is revenue receipt. Now what is capital receipt? The amount received or receivable by selling assets. Okay, if you are selling assets of your business, that is capital receipts. Okay, now if you, what is revenue receipt? The amount which is received or receivable against the sale of goods or services. Okay, so whatever production is being done or any services which you are giving in the business, okay, so if you are selling that and receiving any amount out of that, that is revenue receipt. Okay. Cost, the amount of expenditure incurred or attributable on a specified article, product or activity is known as cost. So whatever amount, whatever expenses, whatever expenditure you are doing on particular goods for production, that is known as cost. Okay. So the attributable means that is whatever you have attributed to a particular production, given to a particular production, that is cost. Now at the end, let's understand some important accounting terms. Now what do you mean by entry? When a transaction or event is recorded in the book of accounts, it is called entry. Okay. So any transaction, if you are recording in the books of account, we call it an entry. Okay, we are doing entry. Fine. Now bad debts in previous sequences I have explained you about bad debts. Bad debts means what? That amount which in business we are assured now we will not receive it. It is irrecoverable amount. Okay, so we call it bad debts. Bad debts in short, it is what? Bad debtors. That means those debtors who are bad enough, worth enough, those they will not pay us back our amount. Okay, so that is bad debts. So what is bad debts? It is the amount that has become irrecoverable from a debtor. It is a business loss and is debited to profit and loss account as an expense. Now right now you will not understand the meaning of profit and loss account. When we will go on making the accounts, then you will understand this. Okay, so don't bother it for now. Just understand profit and loss account. This is a type of account. Okay, then insolvent. Insolvent means what? That means now the person is totally bankrupt. Okay, no balance is with that person. He is declared insolvent by the law. Okay, so insolvent means what? A person or an enterprise which is not in a position to pay its debt is called insolvent. Now solvent. A person or an enterprise which is in a position to pay its debts is called solvent. Solvent is opposite of insolvent. Okay, that means the person who is in a position, the one who has a good balance in their bank account, those person are known as solvent, or you can say enterprise. Okay, stores. The term stores is used to denote materials held by an enterprise for the purpose of consumption in the business and for resale. Okay, so stores means what? That place from where we have kept business ka stock. It can be raw material also which is being used for the production, or a material of finished goods which is for the sale value. Okay, so that is stores. Fine. Next is entity. Now entity is an enterprise, or you can say business entity, means an economic unit which is formed for earning income by providing services or selling goods. So any unit, any business enterprise is a economic entity, like you can say LG Electronics, Wipro, any such entity which is making business. Okay. Turnover. Turnover means total sales made in a particular period. So total complete sale made in one financial year, that is known as what? Turnover. Livestock. Now what is this? These are the stocks of animals. So domestic animals such as cattle or horses are known as livestock. Okay. Investment. Investment refers to deployment of fund in the shares or debentures of a company with the intention of earning profit, okay, or earning returns by another company. Fine. Goods and services, that is GST. Okay. Now all indirect taxes like excise duty, sales duty, VATs, these all taxes are known as what? Which is paid on purchases is called GST. Okay.